Good morning, day 18, my Larapinta yo-yo. I think it's day 18. I've lost track a bit. So I'm up at Brinkley Bluff. Spent a very comfy night up here last night. Well, a bit blowy. At least there was no mozzies, I suppose. I'm just waiting for the sun to come up. And then I'll head off down to Stanley Chasm for a late brekkie, I reckon. It's going to be a very bougie day today. Lots of views this morning. And a resupply at Stanley Chasm. Last resupply for the trip. Alright, we'll spin the camera around when the scenery starts to light up a bit, I guess. Sunset was a little bit of a wasn't that great this morning. I mean, we're talking in relative terms here, it's still pretty good. That's lit up a bit now. It's time to start walking. Fingers are freezing. Okay, time to hit the road. So I got a ridge walk now down to Reveal Saddle, Bottle Path lookout really, and then I'll drop into the creeks for the last bit down to the last 5k's down to Stanley Chasm. You can see there's heaps of campsites up here on Brinkley now. A lot of them are very well established. They've got like decent rock walls. Alright, there's my ridge that I'm following. It's coming up with the sun. It'll probably be a while before I'm back here, so I'll savour it this morning. So this is actually, well, more or less the last of my ridge walking. I'm not going to do Loretta's lookout. I'm going to go to low route. I've never been around the low route from Miller's Flat. I will do Euro Ridge, of course, on the last day, but that's a fairly short kind of ridge, that one. So, got to savour it a bit this morning, that's for sure. When I think of the Larapinta, this is what I think of, ridge walking in the desert. So I reckon we're going to lose at least 10 degrees in temperature today. But after the last few pretty warm days, I'm not overly upset to have a low 20s day. Up here on the ridge, it's when I'm in the wind, it's pretty cold, but once I drop out of the wind, like I am now, it's quite pleasant. I hope some of this vision looks okay walking into the sun, but not a lot I can do. Well, that's nice, the wind just stopped for a sec. So that's a guided group going through. They're heading down to Birthday Waterhole today, I think. And they would have started at Standley this morning. Well, I'm in the shelter now. A bit of rock. Some drop. I think this is where I drop off the ridge a little bit. Those walkers again, slowly making their way up the ridge. So I just climbed out of that gully, heading towards Reveal Saddle. I reckon that'll be brekkie. Get up there first. Well, just enjoyed breakfast here at Reveal Saddle. That's where I've come from today, along that ridge over there. That's where I'm going. I'm dropping down there into a valley down the side there. And that's this afternoon's adventure, those hills. So I'm heading to Bridle Path, Saddle, or I can't remember what it's called, Bridle Path something. It's where they used to run horses up back in the day for tourists, I guess from Standley. Alright, I've come down from up there. I'm just slowly making my way down to Bridle Path Lookout, I think it is. I think I'll get rid of my thermals when I get there. It's quite hot now, I'm out of the wind. Woohoo, 3 kilometres to hamburger time and food drop. Okay, so made it to the creek, follow this out to the road into Stanley Chasm now. Definitely got rid of the thermals that I was wearing up on the ridge. Although the creek's nice, it's got a little bit of shade. Plenty of, I guess that's wattle and cycads. Very nice walking. So the road's just around the corner down here, I think. Less than a K to Stanley Chasm. And that's where I'll be staying for the next 3 hours, 4 hours, I reckon, just chilling out before I head off to Miller's Flat later this afternoon. Ah, paradise. There's the Campanier up on the right here for the Lara walkers. Canteens on the left, Resupply's up here on the right, in that building in the background. That's where I'm going to grab my food from. And I'm heading for the cafe for a cold drink. Okay, just walking out of Stanley Chasm, about 3:45. Spent 4 hours there, generally doing not much. Got some grunty walking now for the next hour, and then it's down the creek system to Miller's Flat. Should get there around about dark, I reckon. Certainly eaten enough. Don't have to worry about cooking tea tonight. So this is the little tourist walk up to the chasm through here. So I'm into the climb out of Stanley Chasm. It's a fairly stiff one, this one. After relaxing for 4 hours to get straight back into this sorts you out a bit. Anyway, I think from memory there's 3 of these in quick succession. They're all pretty steep. They're not incredibly long though, so that's good.
Plenty of views to look at when I stop to gain my breath, which is always a good thing. So, almost at the top of the first steep pinch. Slowly, slowly. Oh. It's pretty magnificent though. This is a particularly rugged section of the Chewings Range through here. Oh, it's traditional to get a photo at this sign. 60 k's, eh? What's it say? If you're a casual walker, turn back now. Okay. No turning back now. Let's get going. Okay, I've come through that cleft in the rock down there. This is my third pass. It's all downhill from here, more or less, to Miller's Flat. It is slow going. I drop into a gorge though. I'm still looking at what being there around sunset, so that's good. Gee, I've got a full belly. Oh, I definitely won't be eating tea tonight. So I haven't got far to Miller's Flat, but I'm in the gorge system now and scrambling down these gorges with a full pack and all my water. Got to be a bit careful at my old age. So I just topped my water up for camp tonight and tomorrow until I get to J Creek from that little spring. There's either that, there's a couple more that are a little bit festy, or there's one that comes down Mesa Gully. If I was climbing the high route, I would have grabbed that tomorrow morning, but I'm not going to go. I'm going to go to low route this time because I've never been that way and I want to check it out. So that means I missed the spring on Mesa Gully. Anyway, it's getting late. It's about 20 past 5, so it could be touch and go whether I make this before dark or not. We'll see how we go. I think I'll be okay. So heading east, this is the last of the real gorge walks on the Larapinta. I think. I've never done the low route around from Miller's Flat, but I don't think it'll be gorgy. So this is it. As far as the gorges go. It's a nice one too, a bit of scrambling. So this is a spring, so you could grab this water. You can see it trickling down the rocks down there. You'd treat it pretty well. A lot of mosquito larvae on top there. There's a few springs through here. So I'm just on my last couple of 100 metres into Miller's Flat. Going to get there well and truly before dark, so that's good. Get the duplex up because I reckon there'll be some mozzies down there. Interested to do the maths when I finish this walk, how many nights I camped, how many nights I cowboy camped, and how many nights I stayed in shelters. I reckon I might have cowboy camped more than anything else. Although tonight will be a camp, tomorrow night will be a camp. I'm not sure about the last two yet. We'll see how we go. Miller's Flat's just around this corner down here, down the creek line. If anyone one's playing along at home. It's about 5:45. I left at about 4. I stopped for a bit to ring Sam from a saddle. And been doing a little bit of filming and stuff as well. So give yourself 2.5 hours and you should get down here all right. That's where the high route goes up there. That's Messet Gully around the corner. Okay, Miller's Flat. Just like that, I'm here. There's a few spots down there. So yeah, that's the high route, goes up via the left up that gully. If I stand still for a sec. There's a spring up there that's somewhat reliable if you want water and you're camping here. You might have to climb 100 metres, but it's there. Alright, let's go find somewhere to put up the duplex. Okay, just after 6, got camp set up down here at Miller's Flat. Got my rock to sit on. There's my little kitchen, although I'm not cooking tea tonight. I've had enough to eat today. Tents up. This is the view. I think I'll leave the duplex. Festival's open tonight. It's not going to be dewy. So it's a bit of a dusty campsite, but it's not a bad spot. Plenty of flat ground and 360-degree mountains around you. Could be a lot worse. All right, I might spin the camera around and sign off, I reckon. Okay, I walked just under 16 k's and climbed about 260 metres today, according to AllTrails. That could change, of course, once it goes through the software. Incidentally, if anyone's seen this and I'm wondering what the mark is, what the light is in the bottom left corner, I've got a crack in my screensaver. So it only affects it when I'm kind of looking at the camera, which isn't that often. So I don't really want to pull my screensaver off until I get home. So that's why I'm putting up with it. But yeah, if you see a mark bottom left corner of your telly or something, yeah, it's my phone. Today is a good walk. This is the guts of the Larapinta from Hugh Gorge to Jay Creek tomorrow. This is the best bit, I reckon. It was slow walking this morning across Brinkley Bluff, but very, very scenic. And it was slow because I was stopping a lot to take photos and film, and so probably a heap of boring footage there. Spent 4 hours at Stanley Chasm just doing a resupply, chatting to people, eating and drinking, which is pretty normal for me. You could easily spend a day in that place. It just time just seems to fly by when you're there. All right, tomorrow I'm really pulling the handbrake on now, although tomorrow's not such a short day. I'm heading over to Mulga Camp, so probably means swim at Fish Hole in the morning and a swim at Spring Gap, I think it is, in the afternoon. I don't want to roll up to Mulga until pretty much this time because it's a little bit dusty and hot. So we'll see how we go, but it's probably going to be, I don't know, 20k-ish day tomorrow. And then the last 2 days are going to be pretty small, very, very small. Last 3 days, I'm going to go Mulga, Simpsons, Wallaby. So we'll be talking 12k days. Going to be twiddling my thumbs, but anyway. All right, that's well in the future. Let's get over to Jay Creek in the morning. So I'm going to low route tomorrow, which is down this valley here behind me. I've never been that way. I've always gone over the top, but I thought I'd just try something different on this walk. All right, I'll catch you in the morning for this was day 17, I think. Tomorrow must be 18, I'm guessing. All right, take it easy. Bye-bye.